Welcome to day 5. Today we're going to develop your mind. Today we're going to talk about the mind and how our thoughts ultimately determine our entire life experience. Now that you've gone through lesson 4 and you've examined your personal fears and barriers, you've already begun the process of developing your mind. When I say develop the mind, I'm really talking about reaching an elevated level of understanding regarding the connection between your mind, your body, and the results in your life. An important distinction to make before we discuss the mind any further is that our mind is simply a part of us. Too often, people identify themselves as their mind, when in truth, our mind is another part of our being, much like our arms or legs. Even more importantly, we have the ability to control our mind by choosing our thoughts. That's right. I said choosing. We choose our thoughts whether we realize it or not. Unfortunately, many people are in the habit of choosing negative thoughts without even realizing that they're doing it. For example, if you have lived your whole life believing that another person's opinion is more important than your own, then you would have accepted the fact that their opinion is better. And so you would have accepted any negative criticism as the truth, regardless of whether it served you or not. In fact, someone's negative comment may have actually caused you to abandon your dream. Unless you learned how to choose new thoughts regarding other people's opinions, you would never be able to change these results. If you would like to learn more, I want you to read an article entitled Self-Talk: How Thoughts Affect Feelings by Jerry Waxler. It is an amazing article. I highly, highly recommend you read it. The empowering realization is that your ability to choose thoughts is always available to you. You have the power to think whatever you want. You have the power to put new thought patterns or beliefs that support your passions and goals in life. It's a choice. When you embrace this new way of thinking, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. Like any habit, it takes consistency and repetition. This course has been designed not only to help you develop new habits, but to understand why you're developing them. Do you remember back in lesson 1? You identified your life passions and your wants. Dwell on these ideas, because the emotional charge you get from them will give you the fuel required to complete the following exercises that I'm going to have you do. Now, write out a list of current circumstances in your life where you are unhappy with your results. Then, I want you to mentally review your thought patterns or your beliefs around each particular issue. What kind of self-talk have you been engaged in? An example, have you been reinforcing this result at some level of your consciousness? Secondly, I want you to think back to your passions and your wants. I want you to build an image of your life and how it would look if you were able to produce a new result in this area. I want you to use written descriptions, pictures, audio, video, or any other tool necessary to help you think about it from the perspective of your ideal result. So I want you to make it real. If you have to draw it, if you have to type it out on the computer, or even if you can just picture it in your mind like it's happening and you can live in that moment. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about how you can continue to work on yourself to replace your self-limiting thought patterns and beliefs with new self-supporting thoughts. I will see you in day 6.